I hope you can all hear me. So on this session, I'm going to be talking about the hard hat. So what is the hard hat? So a hard hat is an equipment for workers used to harbor their heads from, let's say, they're working on a construction industrial area, and then you are liable to have objects falling on you. That's why the hard hat was designed. And now I have a silly but important idea that I researched on and found out about where these helmets and hard hats emanated from. The first hard hat was a heavy dark canvas, which was a replica from wartime metal helmets. And these were conceptualized by E.W. Billard in 1919. And this hat, as said by the name hard-boiled hat, he came up with the idea of shaping it like a human's head and then put it in steam so that it could hold up and withstand a lot of pressure. And with time, we have seen that it has evolved. The material used to make these hard hats have evolved from aluminum, fiberglass, polycarbonate, and now we are using thermoplastics to make these hard hats. And now there are also types of hard hats. So generally, the type of hat is determined by the type of work that you'll be doing, the type of task that you'll be doing, because we cannot all use the same type of hat whilst we are doing different tasks. So there are safety capes, safety helmets with short brim, some with full brim, and also there are for the helmets specifically made for those in the electrical industry, so that the helmet can withstand the installation levels. And now, some of you might ask now, why hard hats? Why can't I go to work with just any other hat? Remember, guys, we are working, and the environment that we are in, you cannot tell what might happen next. For example, you are in a construction area, you are walking around and you don't have a helmet on. And then a brick, as indicated on the slideshow, falls on you. Or you're working on a height and then you slip and fall down and you don't have any helmet on you. You can imagine the injury you might sustain from that. So hard hats generally are there to protect your head, eyes, ears, and neck from falling, swinging, and flying objects whilst you're working. And now, these are helmets. They have accessories on them. And this is made to suit whether you are working in a mine, in a construction area, industrial area. So as shown on the slideshow, some has visors, some have the helmets provide for the workers to install mirrors, flashlights, chin strap, so that we can work safely and also comfortably with those helmets. And now, one funny aspect that I have realized is of the maintenance of the helmets. If I'm to ask, when was the last time you maintained or cleaned your helmets? Will I have answer to that question? Because most time we just ignore it. After using it, we put it aside. But guys, it is important to clean after using it. Just like other equipment, we should also keep our helmets clean. And you know what? It's easy to keep it clean. For example, just take a clean cloth, warm soapy water, and you'll be good to go. Just wipe down the dirt. It will come out on its own. And also, inside our helmets, there are harnesses attached, but you can also detach the harnesses and then clean the entire harness and also inside the cap. That way you'll be good to go and your helmet will be clean and it will look as new. So guys, let's make sure we maintain our helmets so that they will be usable for us too. And also, the other thing, after maintaining it, yes, we might maintain it well, we might know what we must use the helmet for. But the other thing is, do we even know how to wear it? It is equally important to know how to put on that helmet. It's not only about putting it on your head, but you should put it in your head. Before you put it on, know how to wear it well. For example, if I can start a video here so that I can demonstrate something with you. Okay, as you can see how my hair is done, okay? It's an updo. Then I'm at work. I want to put my helmet. Guys, this won't work. It won't work. Never, ever. So what you might do, maybe you have your locks, you have your extensions for ladies and stuff. Undo the extensions and maybe tie them down here, or you might let them loose. And then here you have it. It will fit. It won't fall. And then the other thing is you must harness the cradle so that it fits, it won't be loose, it won't fall. Okay, yeah. Harness the cradle here and then wear it properly. Otherwise, it won't work. It won't work for you. It will be falling and falling. And also, there are other helmets, they have chin straps. Make sure you put them on, especially when you're working at heights. That will ensure that your helmet won't fall. It will be intact. Now, after knowing all of the stuff, there is also something that we should know: when to change it. Should I replace it? Should I not change it? Should I just use it till even when I retire, when I leave my job? When to change it? Guys, these helmets, just like your shoes, when your shoes are worn out, you change them. You don't continue using them. When your clothes is torn, you don't continue to use it. You can see the one that I have with me here. This thing is loose, and the color, this is not the original color, but due to sun exposure, it has lost its strength, so it's liable to breaking. So if you continue using it, then if an object falls on it, then it will break and cause harm to your head. So we should change it if the condition has deteriorated, if it have cracked, as the one that I have with me here, it has cracked. So I cannot continue using this one. So I will have to change and have another one. And other helmets, inside here, there are tags, labels. If you read inside, like the one that I have, it says it should be changed after 2 years. So just read what the manufacturer label says. If it's 10 years, then change it after 10 years. If it's 2 years, then change it after 2 years. But if, let's say, the manufacturer said it's after 10 years, but then it has been subjected to severe impact or it has deteriorated, then you should change it. Don't compromise on that. Now, guys, we should know that it's very important to have those helmets if you want to work with no injuries and stuff. So it's important to let's use our head, but also that these heads that you are using, let's cover them, let's protect them, let's wear a hard hat. No one is immune to hazards, no one is immune to injuries. So let's just take these precautionary measures. Let's put it in our head. Let's, every time you're going to work, wherever you are, maybe you're working at a gate, you are in your office, keep it handy. Just like how we're keeping our sanitizers handy, let's also keep our helmets handy for they work for us. They help us when we are working. So I would like to thank you. That was all that I have hired for you today. I'm now leaving this time to, if there's anyone who has comments, suggestions, additions, subtractions. Any comments? Any additions? Hello? Or maybe I should do the asking to make sure that we have all heard.
Hi, Chengete.
Hello?
Thank you.
Thank you, Chenge.
Hello? Okay, go on. Anyone?
Thank you for the presentation, Chenge. Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome. Yes, go on. Okay, so I guess that's it from my side. I hope you have learned. I hope you had fun and hoping to see you next time. Thank you, guys.
Hey. Thank you very much, Chenge, for that presentation. I think it was well received. Excellent. Cool. So PPE is very important to us. Guys, silent. Yeah, thank you for the presentation. Quite informative on the hard hat. The history of it, considering it started off from canvas, dark canvas that was molded into human head using steam. Who would have thought? But anyway, we all use it these days.